Giovanna, did you hear about the new record set of nuclear fusion energy?
What language are you speaking right now?
The language of nuclear power. Nuclear power is the way of producing energy by using nuclear reactions and creating low-carbon sustainable energy well into the future. And this new record is a big step in the right direction to help reduce greenhouse gases and to protect the planet for generations.
I'm not really following.
Oh man, I just get so excited. You know how much I love science. Let me explain more. It's very complicated physics, but to break it down, a nuclear reaction is the change in the atomic nucleus, the center of an atom. That occurs when it's bombarded with an energetic particle, changing it to a completely different element. That's just the first layer. From nuclear reactions, scientists have been able to create nuclear power to produce energy using two different physical processes. Two types of nuclear energy are nuclear fission and nuclear fusion. Nuclear fission splits an atom into two or more smaller atoms. Nuclear fusion joins two or more atoms to create a larger atom. Get it? Fusion, like fusing together. By the way, this is the same process that the sun uses to create heat. Fission uses radioactive elements like uranium and plutonium, while fusion uses hydrogen. They both produce energy, but the byproducts or side effects are very different. Fission creates radioactive waste, which must be safely stored away, but fusion produces helium, which is a kind of non-toxic gas, and the kind that makes balloons float. Nuclear fission and fusion are very energy dense and efficient, compared to burning carbon, which is not energy dense and inefficient. Meaning you have to burn a lot more carbon material to create energy. Throughout history, we've gotten most of our energy by burning carbon-based materials like wood, coal, or gas. Or more recently, by harnessing the power of renewable sources such as the sun, wind, and water. Nuclear energy does not pollute the atmosphere, but we've only been really able to use the fission technique. You've heard of nuclear power plants, like the one on The Simpsons. Well, those are places where nuclear fission is used in reactors to create steam that turns an electric generator to produce clean electricity. And this brings us back to what I was talking about with the record being set on nuclear fusion. Scientists have been working hard for decades on nuclear fusion to make it a viable power source without pollution, which is the issue with carbon-based energy. While nuclear fission creates radioactive waste, nuclear fusion also produces 3 to 4 times more power than nuclear fission. Let's take a look at the process scientists in the UK used and find out more about how the result is a positive step for the future of nuclear fusion.
The UK-based Joint European Torus Laboratory has broken its own world record for the largest amount of energy extracted from a nuclear fusion reaction, according to the BBC, more than doubling the previous record set in 1997. The experiment was able to generate 59 megajoules of heat over 5 seconds by fusing two isotopes of hydrogen, known as deuterium and tritium, to form helium gas. Though this is only about enough energy to boil 60 kettles worth of water, Mark Wenman, a reader in nuclear materials at Imperial College London, told The Guardian, it operated as proof of concept. 5 seconds doesn't sound like much, but if you can burn it for 5 seconds, presumably you could keep it stable and keep it burning for many minutes, hours, or days, he said. Adding to this, the BBC explains that, crucially, the record validates design choices at the larger International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor being built in France. The massive ITER facility is supported by a number of governments across the world, including EU member states, the US, China, and Russia, and is hoped to be the final step in proving nuclear fusion can become a reliable energy provider in the second half of this century. According to its CEO, if the Joint European Torus Laboratories experiments hadn't proved successful, there would have been major doubts about the chances of success at the ITER, so the new record represents a relief for many involved in both projects.
In summary, this nuclear fusion project is a worldwide collaboration, and although the amount of energy created in this experiment could only boil 60 kettles of water, it's a step in the right direction to producing more energy in the future. Isn't it so exciting, Giovanna? The future of nuclear fusion is bright. Get it? Because the sun.
I like your enthusiasm, Oscar, and I'm all about renewable energy and clean energy for the future.
Fusion produces 3 to 4 times more energy than fission. Can you imagine? That's so much power.
It really is. Speaking of energy, it seems like you might have had a nuclear reaction occur during breakfast today.
I can't help my reaction to this incredible news.